My name is Omolara Baiyegunhi. I am originally from Nigeria, but I live in South Africa. I'm a scientist. I work at the Africa Health Research Institute in Durban, South Africa. I'm a scientist. My background is in HIV immunology and virology. I have a PhD in HIV immunology and virology. My work is centered around understanding how the human immune system interacts with the HIV-1 virus. And so because of this fundamental question, I have to study the virus and also study the human immune system. The overall goal of my research is to develop new therapeutics to prevent HIV, and I am also working towards the ultimate goal of finding a cure for HIV. In the past 5 years, my biggest success was being able to acquire an early career award from the Wellcome Trust in order to establish a research program whereby we can better understand the determinants of HIV-1 reservoir size, and we're specifically focusing on the virus and also the metabolic function of immune cells. I joined the SANTHE network during my postdoc after I had completed a PhD in immunology. And during my time in SANTHE as a postdoc, I was given funding and support and training to develop new skills, build my capacity as a researcher, build skills which are laboratory based, but I also built leadership skills because I had opportunity to also mentor younger scientists in the network. Scientific enterprise is a continuum of people of different career stages. So we have the very advanced researchers that have well-established labs and research programs, but people like myself who are emerging researchers also are able to mentor younger people because we have gone through the journey that they are going through at the moment, and maybe because we are closer in terms of age and career profile, we're able to offer advice and opportunities that can move maybe a master's trainee or a PhD trainee to the next stage in their career. I think one of the biggest challenges that we face as researchers is funding, and this challenge cuts across researchers in Africa and also researchers in the global north, especially for emerging researchers where you have not established a reputation in the field. You need to convince funders to give you money to achieve these big dreams that you have, and that is a challenge. But the beautiful thing about being in a network like SANTHE is that you have mentors that can guide you and also vouch for you. And I think at every stage you need to identify grants that are equitable to the skill set that we have, and that is what I had done over the years in my career. As a PhD student, I applied for funding that was suitable for what I could do as a PhD student, and as I moved forward, I became bolder in terms of applying for larger pots of money to drive my dream. I've always been curious, and I think being a scientist is about curiosity. So I grew up being a very curious child. And in terms of my focus on HIV, one important thing that I can remember over the years is growing up in northern Nigeria in the 1980s, in the late 1980s into the early 1990s, you know, HIV was a big death sentence, and I had this dream of trying to find a cure for this horrible disease that was taking the lives of many people in the community. But the beautiful thing is, with the advent of antiretroviral therapy, it's no longer a death sentence, but there's still more that can be done. And that's the passion that drives my research. My job is the best job in the world because you get to follow your dreams. It's just like a child playing in the park, exploring their ideas. And that's how I see science. It's about pushing the boundaries, discovering new things, finding solutions to the problems of the community in which I live. So I think that's the best job in the world because I can make a difference and I can follow my dreams.